Hello folks, it's JDporkchop and welcome to another episode of Rotarycraft Infinity. So in the last episodes I started moving all the stuff over. We started moving into our bunker. All this got hooked up, so we now have everything is fully powered. I've also, between episodes, moved all of the stuff over from next door, as you can see. So I think we're pretty well kind of moved over now, so we're going to start work on hopefully we're going to start work on Rotarycraft refining for all our ores that are coming in. It saves me having to do it by hand. So one of the first things we need to look at is what we need to get built today. As you know, we've been working towards getting ethanol, so we need to start building gasoline engines to use some of that ethanol. So need ignition units, 2 times gear, cylinders, and an impeller. Those are all the parts, and then obviously you know how to make plates and all this other stuff. So I'm going to make some gasoline engines, and then those are going to power some grinders, which I'll show you the saw part of it. So I'm going to do these off camera just because you know how to make most of these parts already. I've already covered it. And then I will come back in a minute and we'll start working on getting a refinery built in the room downstairs. Okay. Alright guys, I've started building some of the bits here. So this is the setup that we had before. Down there I have 5, you can probably just see 5 aqueous accumulators. So that'll be enough water to power everything that we end up putting in this room. And then it's the exact same setup as before. I don't have any sugar left, but you've seen this before, you know how this works. So this is going to make the ethanol. And then over here I just have a chest with 2 hoppers, the 2 grinders on top, and this is the 2 gasoline engines. So as you place them, you'll get this red box that shows you that it's connected to this. Same when you so we've got in the chest. When you place this, it gives you a green box showing where it needs to be connected to. So that's that all set up, and then this pipe in the middle is going to suck up. These are going to be for making where is it? Here we go. See all these gearboxes? They need lubricated to work properly. So the first thing we need to start working on before we can really start building any kind of automated machinery is lubrication. So we're going to turn this on by dropping some ethanol crystals in, and as you can see, that starts the grinder turning. I've already filled the hopper up with canola seeds, which you saw outside me planting, and they will slowly start being ground down. There we go, and we have a tiny little bit of lubricant. Now as it breaks the seeds, it's going to drop husks. These we need to filter out, otherwise the machine will stop working. So that's why the hopper's there, just as chest. When we've got a fair whack of these, you can, if I just show you, you can put them into a centrifuge to get more lubricant, or I think you can, no, that's it. So at some point we'll either just dump these, or we'll put them through a centrifuge. But centrifuge is a wee bit further down the line for us right now. So for now, this is sort of semi-automated. It's still going to need a little bit hands-on, but for now it'll do, and then we'll continue to kind of work on it as we go along. I'm going to go and grab some more bits, and we're just going to kind of work on a few more bits with this. One of the things actually we can do quickly right now is I have some servos here. Click on here and here, and then with a bare hand set the servo to ignore redstone signal. This one to ignore redstone signal. So it should now start sucking the liquid out of this, because it will obviously the grinder will eventually fill up. And then I did have a barrel. I'm sure I made a barrel. Ah, here we go. We'll stick a barrel on the top here. Go around the other side. Stick a barrel on the top, and there we go. Starting to fill up lubricant. Now we can leave this running for quite some time, and it should kind of work through all this canola. The next thing we're going to need to do is automate the collection of these seeds with fans, but that's maybe for another episode. For now, I just want to start kind of getting some of this done. I'm going to go and grab some more fuel and stuff and the last little bits I need to get all this going, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright folks, we have put 3 stacks of ethanol into our gasoline engines, and that gives you about a little over 3 hours, so that should be running for quite some time. So it's slowly going through the canola seeds. We already have 2 buckets of lubricant, which is fantastic, but we are going to need a lot of this stuff, so I'll probably stick a chest up on top of this and fill the chest with the canola seeds. The other grinder, I'm going to throw some sugarcane in. Now, grinders will triple everything, or almost everything you put into them. So if you put ore in, you'll get 3 dusts. If you put sugarcane in, you get 3 sugar. It works for quite a few other things as well. But as you know, we need sugar for the ethanol production. So we can throw some sugar in, and that starts that. Next thing I want to do is try and put a item duct. Now I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work, but it's worth a try. I'm going to turn, once again, turn that off. Stack size extracted. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Perfect. Ah, it does work. Right, then put grass in this one. Not grass, leaves. I think this is going to work. Yeah! Okay. Then, after we've done that, we obviously need to take the ethanol-y stuff out. The, you know, that green stuff that you turn into ethanol. But I don't want that to happen. Where's my spanner? Typical, I forgot to bring it. Okay. Let me have a quick think how kind of build these too close to one another. I don't know if I can stick it on the front. And then on top of that, I need to put the furnace. Nope, that's an aqueous accumulator. There we go, furnace. Stick the furnace there. And next we need to. So the bottom is going to be. No, I was right first time. Bottom's the input, and the top can be the output. Let's have a look. This is working now. Yeah, so I need to put the servo on the here. Once again, turn the redstone off. Is that working? Yes, there we go. Okay, fantastic. At some point I'm going to have to put energy into this. But you get the idea of what I'm going for here. So I'm going to then probably put a chest on so we have like a buffer. So see if I've got a chest in here. Just a wooden chest to be fine. I don't need a massive buffer. I mean, it takes like 4 stacks to fill the gasoline engines anyway. So I mean that's going to hold them. It's going to be a massive stack in there just to hold them. And then out the back of that, there's some item ducts. The only thing I'm worried about is it's going to obviously fill this one. And this one will take ages to get filled up. But nothing much I can do about that. Unless I've used Buildcraft pipes and used a round robin pipe. But do you know what? It's, in all honesty, this won't take long to get filled up. It's already got 3 stacks in it. So we'll bring this pipe over here. I don't like that. Maybe put that there and break that. There we go. That's better. It's a very ugly build. The stuff I normally do is a lot tidier and neater than this, and I think I'll probably end up taking this apart and redoing it to make it look pretty. But for now it'll do. So we need, once again, we need another servo on the back of this pipe. And once again, just turn off. And then that should be it. And then obviously we need to get into this, the sugar. And I'm not quite sure how to automate that yet. I'll probably just stick a hopper on the top in all honesty and just feed it in that way. And then this one needs oak leaves fed into it. So yeah, these things have filters on, don't they? Yeah, they do. So that might be the way to do it then. Set up a pipe system, and then in this you could put some of the sugar and the leaves. Sorry, my brain doesn't seem to be working right now. Yeah, put the sugar and the leaves in here, so it pulls them out. Put a pipe on here and a pipe on here that is set to a whitelist, only let in leaves and only let in sugar. And then, well, you could even run it off of this chest. I don't know. I'll have another think. Like I say, I'm probably going to take this all apart and put it back together again. But I'm just showing the concept of how this is working. I mean, eventually, in the long run, the sugar farm and tree farm, which is up there somewhere, I'll run a power cable. I'll run a item duct down, so that the sugar automatically goes straight into these. But for now, I think maybe one of the things we'll have to work on in the very near future is getting logistic pipes set up, because I think that will massively help. But for now, just need to figure out how to power this. For now, I'll tell you what we'll do. So I don't need this over here right now. I need to go and get my spanner. And I'll take this off and I'll just stick it straight onto the side of that furnace. Okay? I'm going to go grab my spanner, but it's miles away, so I'll come back in a second. Okay guys, here we go. It's now cooking up the ethanol. Ethanol's getting pulled straight out the chest and getting put into, not into that, into this. Oh, I can't get it around that way. Didn't take long for this to turn into a pile of wires and cables. So there you go, it's slowly just ticking up. There you go. So it jumped up by a minute. So it's 1 minute per ethanol crystal. I think that should keep it all running pretty smoothly. I think we're going to have to at some point work out a way. Does this have like a redstone signal to tell whether it's working or not? No. See, what would be good if I'd be able to, like, when there's nothing in it, to have a redstone, you know, like a redstone signal, turn it on and off. But I think it pretty much has to be permanently on. I don't know if you can turn these things off, can you? No. No, I don't think you can. Ethanol risks none. Yeah, I think it's pretty much just gonna, maybe shouldn't have put so much ethanol in it, but I'll just keep filling it up. Well, I've got some ore upstairs I can throw in there, and I need a lot of lubricant, so I can just keep filling it up with canola seeds for now. But basically, we have a working refinery system. I'm gonna go and get some ore, start piling it in, and maybe go do some mining, just so that I can use up all this fuel in a constructive way. The other, I suppose the best way you could do, like, automate this. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, ignore JD, he's just thinking out loud. Thinking badly out loud. Right, so next guys, what do we got next? I think I want to start working on some Ender IO for the power. I want to build a, as I've said before, I want to build a big power station unit capacitor thing into this wall. which will be like the main power storage for the whole base. And I think, as said, I think we need to work on logistic pipes. We can hook up all of this to be slightly more automated, and then we can hook it up to the chests up in the room upstairs, so that I don't have to keep coming back and forth. Maybe even be able to connect it to the tree farm that's up there, so that all the sugarcane and saplings and stuff get brought down here. And then with things like wood and the saplings, we can start building more power unit. You know, we can start looking at ethanol, and we can start looking at charcoal power. Maybe using railcraft steam engines. I mean, there's a fair few things we can maybe start looking at working out once we have logistic pipes. So I'm going to go and have a little read up on logistic pipes, because I have not used them in a long time. Just kind of refresh my memory on it, and we'll probably get started on that in just a minute, guys. And we're back upstairs in the main workroom, so we're going to get started straight away into Ender.io. So there's a lot of machines that we'll probably start needing in the nearish future, but right now the thing I want to get done straight away is a basic capacitor bank. Very simple to build. It's a block of yeah, it is redstone, which is coloured. So redstone in the center, and these basic capacitors round, which is gold and copper and some redstone. So we can easily, I've already got a bit of gold, get some copper and a bit of redstone. So we turn this into nuggets. Oops, maybe a bit too much. And copper in the middle. There we go. 16. That'll do for now. They go around like so. And then it was redstone in the center. So I'll grab some more. Need quite a lot for this. There we go. And stick that in the middle. And then I think it was iron around the outside. I think. There we go. Alright, so that's 4. I'm going to need more than that. I'll make the rest off camera. So that's the basic capacitor banks. The next thing I'm going to need is we're going to go straight into logistics pipes. So here you go. So straight off, we're going to need a power junction. The pipes actually need powered. So this thing connects, is like the junction box between your pipes and your power system. So you hook your power pipes into the logistics junction, then on the other side of it, stick a pipe on, and it'll run power right through your entire logistics system. So that, we're going to build one of those. We're also going to need basic logistics pipes. These are like the kind of tier 1 for routing. And we're also going to need unrouted transport pipes. These are the pipes that kind of go in between the junctions and the connection points. They don't do anything. They won't do any sort of... there you go. So it says there, it doesn't route stuff, can't do any inventory stuff. It is basically a pipe, and that's it. So we're going to need some of those. So let's get these made. I've got all the bits already. So, what was there? Okay. We'll do 1 stack. Yeah, 1 stack of those should be enough. And then the logistics pipe, you've got diamond transport pipe in the middle, which is just glass with a diamond each side, gives you 8. As I said before in a previous episode, we have lots of diamonds, so that's not too much of an issue. Cobblestone pipe either side. These are made the same, just with cobble instead of diamonds. Then on the bottom we need some golden gears. We need redstone torch at the top, and I can't remember what else. Glass, there we go, so just glass at the top. There we go. And that's some basic logistics pipes. So let's jump downstairs and get some of this stuff fitted in. I still haven't done any more work to the rest of the base yet, so it's still kind of looking a bit half done, but it's an ongoing process. I want to get this lift in as well. Eventually, we're going to have a teleportation thing put into this room so that we can just teleport back and forth, so we don't have to go the long way around. Anyway, right, so power capacitor. Put one there. Now this works. Whoops. This works a bit like a multi-block. That the more you add to it, the bigger it will get. Not only will it get bigger, but obviously then the capacity of it will improve. There we go. Now I'm going to fill this whole wall with them. So we have one huge capacitor bank, and it's what, 2, 5, so it will take 15 million RF to fill it. As it's 1 million per block. So as you can see, it's already not filling up. Ah, and that's why. So we need to change this to an input. There we go. So RF is flooding in. I'll turn this one to an output. I'm probably going to change the configuration of this later down the line when I have a little bit more built up. But it's a very clever little system. You can just kind of left click to kind of move it around, and then you click on the surface you want and just right click it. So input, output, disabled, so nothing can connect to it, and then nothing, which means things will connect to it, but nothing will happen. So there you go. That's going to probably take some time to fill up, but it's water mills, so it's continuous energy. You know, it's what's the word? Renewable energy. So it's not costing us anything. This is all seems to be going quite fine. Let's run out of sugar. I'll just leave it for now. I'll probably at some point we're gonna kind of get this working slightly better than it is at the moment. It's kind of a bit of just a proof of concept. Logistics pipes will probably be the big first step to getting this working correctly. On the subject, I didn't make the logistics power junction because I'm a muppet. So I'm going to jump upstairs. I'm going to grab that. Probably grab some power cables as well, and I'll make the rest of those power box things, capacitors. That's the one. So I'll be back in just a second, guys. All right, we are up inside the tree farm. I've taken away all the barrels that were here, and we're now going to connect it to a logistics system. So we need a basic logistic pipe here. Now, as you can see, it's currently red. That means it's got no power coming to it or anything. And then we need our unrouted, and we're going to bring it through here. Then I've already dug this out, so I know I already had to kind of do a little bit of explorational digging to find the right way. But just bring it down this way. There we go. Down a little bit lower. And hopefully this pipe is gonna, if I can get it working properly. There we go. Hopefully this pipe's gonna then bring all the goodies from our tree farm up here on the hill down into our main resource area. So I can start doing things like, well, all the stuff we talked about before, you know, the turning biofuel, the saplings, and such like. Right, so this comes out here. Get rid of this. So we're going to run this pipe along this way. I'm just going to backfill the top with some cobble. There we go. Right, at this point, I'm going to stick here the logistic power junction. So this is the thing that powers the whole logistics thing. Now this is going to have to be connected to one of the basic logistic pipes. We're going to stick that there, and then we're going to put that there, and that should be as good. I just need a little bit of cobble for that bit there. And bingo. I've also finished building the basic capacitor bank. So this is 15 million RF. So I think this is going to be plenty big enough for now. There is an upgraded one. Let's have a look. And yeah, so there is a upgraded one. You've got the capacitor bank. So that's the basic. The capacitor bank has 5 million per block, and then the vibrant has 25 million. I mean, that's huge. You know, I can't see us ever needing that much power storage. Oh, I could be wrong. I mean, the end goal for this series, I've always said, is going to be what's it called? The fusion reactor. So where's this go? Oh, that's to the back of the water mills. So yeah, at some point maybe we will need that kind of power storage, but I can't really see it right now. Okay, so power. In my golden bag I should have, this is all the stuff that are from breaking those barrels up there. I'm sure I brought power cable with me. Unless I put it in here with all this junk. Ah, here we go. So this is the energy conduit that we made before. I'm just going to plug it in here and run it to this. And that should be it. There we go. And then we should be able to go into the configuration. So this little button here at the bottom, it hides all the stuff away. So if you know where things are and you don't really need like this overlay to help you, you can just hide it. Right, so that's set to output now. So this should be outputting into this cable, which means, there you go. So before this was, remember, it had like red. Now the whole thing has switched to green, so that's perfect. We'll do unrouted, and we'll just put it along a little bit to here, and then we'll just throw down a chest. So well, let's just run it to that chest. And then remember, because it's a connection, you need to have the basic logistics pipe. There you go. See how it instantly set red? Also, this is green here, so it's all connecting. It's all quite happy. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. So there we go. We have a basic setup. I now need to set the pipe up there to extract, and it will suck all the stuff down and start sending it down here. I'm probably going to just tidy that up a little bit as well, so it looks more integrated. Oh, see, gravel, bane of my life. Right, there we go. I'll probably do something with this just to kind of hide it a little bit. I don't like it like that. I'll probably in the end drop this whole pipe onto the floor. But this is just, once again, as always, just a proof of concept. Is it doing something? I'm sure I saw that kind of sparkle, which normally means it's doing something. Don't know. Anyway, right, I'm going to go and make some other bits and bobs to get this working, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Alright guys, I think actually that's a good place to wrap it up. We're right around the 30-minute mark. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been informative. If you want to drop me a like or a subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Any questions, feel free to put comments down below. And I will see you in the next episode, guys. I've been JDporkchop. This has been Rotarycraft Infinity, and I'll catch you all later on.